Flint, Michigan, the birthplace of General Motors and the UAW and Mass Credit. There was plenty of money and plenty of work, and the Flint River grew so toxic it was said you could clean brass with it. Flint was rich. It didn't need the river. It could afford to ship its water from Detroit, 70 miles away. But then Flint's jobs went to Mexico, and Flint went broke. And then 2 years ago, in order to save some money, the governor and his men ordered the people who were left to drink from the river.
You are trying to kill my kids. Really? Don't get me wrong. I'm a very loving person, but you're doing things to hurt my children.
Today, the children of Flint have elevated levels of lead in their blood. 10 adults have died from a waterborne virus. The main suspect there, the Flint River. And this whole time, the government, which is supposed to look out for the citizens, told no one. How could this be in America?
The governor says, how much will this cost? And the advisor said, it will cost $100 a day for 3 months. $100 a day for 3 months. And the governor said, that's too much money. Let them drink the Flint River water.
We're going to build the Michigan back that we had before, but even better.
A few years ago, Republican Governor Rick Snyder stripped Flint's elected officials of their power and placed it in the hands of an emergency financial manager. The manager ordered Flint to leave Detroit's water and join a new, cheaper water system. But that new system wouldn't be ready for 2 years. So in the meantime, to save a few $1 million, the people of Flint would drink from the toilet.
I wouldn't even feed this to my dog. It's freaking ridiculous.
State Treasurer Andy Dillon made the final call then. But now on the hot seat, the governor's men tried to weasel around that fact.
Governor Rick Snyder releasing his emails regarding the Flint water crisis. Flash 2 coming through those emails, most of which...
Flint's elected leaders, with no real power, rubber-stamped the water idea.
The Flint community was betrayed. We had every reason to expect that the water we were drinking was being treated under the Safe Drinking Water Act. Communities all across this country have water sources from all over the place. It all has to be treated the same. That's what we were told. That's what I shared with the public when I was asked, because that's what I was understanding at the time. So I was out there, city council members, other city staff, and then we get the admission from the governor that the state didn't follow the Safe Drinking Water Act. The corrosion controls weren't in place.
I cut down their bath, times I give them a bath a week. Very minimal because of the rashes and the spots that pop up on them. And I think all of our hair is falling out.
Now Flint's aging pipes are corroded, and lead from them is leaching into the tap water. Governor Snyder has taken responsibility, to a point. Flint's poor, it's majority black. They feel like you've abandoned them. Is this your Katrina?
Well, if you look at it, this is a disaster. I mean, this is something that I had people that worked for me, to be blunt, that let all of us down. But I'm responsible, so I'm not trying to get out of that. You have to be responsible for these things. I'm taking responsibility, but I want to fix the problem.
Lead poisoning aside, how could the governor not have known the water was unfit for a pig? From the beginning, the warning signs were there. The river water was contaminated with fecal matter. Citizens were told to boil it. Authorities poured in so much chlorine to kill the bacteria, they created a toxic bomb harmful to infants and elderly. General Motors said the water was corroding its parts. Flint citizens, however, were given no choice but to continue bathing in it.
This started coming out about a year or so ago. My teeth had started falling out. year. You know, these right here, I'm going to Dennis and Davis. These right here, all these of them fell out.
It's now been unearthed that the Federal Environmental Protection Agency and the State Department of Environmental Quality knew there were potentially dangerous levels of lead in Flint's water. First they were silent, and then they denied it.
I'm the DEQ.
Oh, you are? Are you Sean?
No, I'm Brent Warple.
Let me start here. Anyone who is concerned about lead in the drinking water in Flint can relax. There is no broad problem right now that we've seen with lead in the drinking water in Flint.
Residents were blown off for 19 months until independent tests by a scientist and a doctor confirmed the dangerous levels of lead. And only then, in October, nearly 2 years later, did the governor acknowledge that Flint had a water crisis. The price to fix it could run into the billions. The health effects in children? Unknown.
How come nobody's been fired?
People resigned, and I replaced them.
How come nobody's been fired?
Well, again, the people that potentially could have been fired resigned.
Tell the people, though, did you ask them to resign?
Well, again, I don't want to get into all that kind of issue. They're gone.
Would you have your grandchildren bathe daily in that water coming out of those pipes now?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah, because again, that's the advice I've gotten. The people of Flint have been harmed. I feel awful about this.
We all feel awful, because in the end, we all failed the people of Flint. The governor, the bureaucrats, big business, politicians, the media. The cries from Flint were loud and clear, and we stood mute. No one, rich or poor, deserves that in America.